People. Que pasa, suck, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. This is not your run-of-the-mill mama and papa missionary blogging. This is blogging that takes you to the roof or take you under the cellar with the fowl and its little chickadees. Now, you and I have heard the term fully done circulating in the dancehall space. Sometimes it is used loosely. However, here is a case in which it is appropriately used. There's a dancehall artist, government name Lamar Joseph, 20-year-old. Don't know his stage name or his social media handles. However, he is definitely fits the criteria of fully done, Sarah. JPS Jamaica Public Service was disconnecting lights, some sorts of disconnection campaign in a place called Waterford, Portmore, St. Catherine. When they went to the area and them a disconnect the lights, two men roll up on them. One of those persons was Mr. Lamar Joseph, recording artist. Him start bad up the work of them. All sorts of clout, all sorts of DEATA threats for what he is going to do if them disconnect him lights. Now people, here's the thing. Some things are black and white, some things are not even grey. That means questionable. If you are TEEF-LIGHT and the people them come and disconnect, cut off your throat, all you have to do, wait till them gone. If you can't resist it, and throw it back a line once again. You are in no sorts of position. You have zero rights to contest somebody stopping you from stealing from them through their representative, meaning their workers or employee. So therefore, this man and him friend was wrong, and then them even strong. The next thing is that a lot of times, because these people know the mentality of you fully done criminals, whenever they go on any sorts of disconnection campaign, there is usually the po-po. Now, somebody does not have to be po-po whenever you see the presence of the Jeep with JCF written all over it, the blue and white and red, whatever color they use. Sometimes that po-po can be there in an unmarked vehicle, maybe even his vehicle, maybe even mate's vehicle. So my point is that the absence of a JCF vehicle or Jeep or soldier lorry don't mean that the po-po is not present. These people know your attitudes, them know say them can lose them life, so therefore they are going to take security measures. Now it seems as if Mr. Joseph and him friend never thought about this all the way. It seems as if he wanted to show and tell, and get some street credibility, because it seems as if him friend them tell him, or him friend them run over him house and say, "Hey artist, you know see the boy them a disconnect the light. Oh, you gonna record them big tune that nobody knows about." And him say, him know I owe me, and then him run outside and confront the people them, all sorts of argument, I diss up the people them, I threat the people them. However, unbeknown to him is that po-po, a couple of them, a few of them was in the presence. They were watching them step aside and them a watch, and them a said, then hold on a minute. About them people, about up the JPS work of them, and with the right here, so. So the po-po did not but walk over, not really introduce himself and ask him what go on. Of course, you know, say, him there in a badness campaign, him there in a mode. So therefore, the po-po say, you don't know, so we are the po-po, you don't know, so we have told, hold him up, drape him up, grab him up. When them search him, them find a 9mm with about 10 rounds. Him and him friend get locked up. Needless to say, he was arrested and charged. Him then get a lawyer, the lawyer come, them do some sorts of question and answer. Based on his answer, the Popo came to the conclusion that this man is a criminal dancehall artist. So therefore, you are going to be charged officially. Now when it comes to these lawyers, they must have said, boy, our client seems to be either politician or dancehall artist. Me don't know which of them TEEF. In the case of the dancehall artist, this is going to be an open and shut case. Because clearly, him a TEEF-LIGHT, clearly the people them come for discount the light, and clearly him go out there with some sorts of tool that is illegal, with some sorts of con that is also illegal. Prohibited weapon and ammo, it is called. Now, based on the facts and evidence in this case, the facts that he did a question and answer in the presence of his lawyer, he gave a caution statement and they found the statement to be inconsistent with the truth. Based on the fact that they hold him, based on the fact that the officers were there watching this argument, based on the fact that they took off a Ruger off of him with a magazine containing 12 or 10 rounds. This is going to be an open and shut slam dunk case for the prosecution. So therefore, at the end of the day, this fully dance artist's career came to a screeching halt before it even took off. All because of hype, all because he wanted to exercise or show and prove his street credibility. Now he will have at least 15 years for sit down and meds is delivery, meds is lyrics. Hopefully, by the time he gets out, he will be rehabilitated. He will get enough time to think about his action and why he probably should get a job, get some sorts of 9 to 5. Because whatever plans he have for his musical career, more than likely he is now singing the prison blues. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, there's a video that is making its round on social media. In this video is pretty much a sex tape or some woman, allegedly a teacher from Homewood Technical High School. Now people like me say, the video is short, the video does not show too much details. Obviously, this lady was giving somebody some sorts of knowledge, brains, and then that person was actually videotaping her. During the short video footage, the woman heard some sorts of noise coming in. I guess she thought that she was doing something wrong, so she came up, whether it is for ear or just to ear on the side of caution. The video then ended. Now people like me say, the video was not long enough for me to give any sorts of rating. It was kind of basic, so therefore, me no know what to say. Now people, like I always said, this is social media. Believe half of what you hear, half of what you see. Based on information that is out there, it is said that this person seen on the video, in the video, is 23-year-old. She is a volunteer teacher. She was there for 2 days when this video was taped. Now people, like me say, don't know what she was volunteering. I guess she wanted this boy to be the head boy. I guess that she was interested, her ulterior motive is higher education. Don't know if she analyzed and assessed the situation and realized that enough of these students, them thirsty. So therefore, if she could go in and voluntarily blow off a couple of HEADS, it would be higher education for the kids. People, whatever the case is, it is morally wrong because these persons are not of consenting age. And the fact that this is a teacher that is professional. The question that I have to ask, within 2 days, if this is a fact of volunteering at a school, you start blow the student them already. People, this is disturbing. This is something that shows that this person has zero morals, zero ethics, and have no reason for being in a classroom, unless, of course, you're that student that was getting edified. What I have to say is this. If you cannot be good, be very careful. You have to ask yourself, why would you risk your career in some sorts of classroom, in some sorts of school, whenever, whatever you plan, you could have done in the presence of your home or his home? The fact that this is a teacher and then this is a student also makes it wrong because of the age discrepancy, because of the fact that this is a teacher that is supposed to know better. Very importantly, obviously, these videos that we see circulating over social media, these people, whoever is exposing them, is clout chasing at the detriment of that next person. So therefore, should you think that, listen, me can't live without it or me have to live with it, and decide to do any sorts of deed, make sure that it is not videotape, or make sure that if it is videotape, that videotape is in your hand. People are going to do what them are going to do. Most importantly, do not make nobody videotape you do nothing if you think it right or wrong. Because people out here, especially these little knucklehead, new generation people, they will expose you to get all sorts of stripes off of you. And people, I am not promoting any sorts of petty type of activity. Me just say, whether a big man and big woman do them things, do it in private. Do not make anybody videotape you, because people out there, they are very vindictive and they will expose you just to make themselves look good, because of social media. It is a anything goes, and whatever is the most absurd and most indecent thing, that is what people like. So couple persons have been asking me about this video and what I think. People, me not really think too much, because you and I know that this is happening out there. Me not really know if this a teacher and this a student or two student. Me not know the people them from Adams or Eve. If you cannot be good, be very careful, be cautious out there. Don't make people set you up when you just get a little groove on, as long as that groove on is with two people of consenting age. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, this is called Only in a BBC Jamaica, and I am not speaking about the news station, where it seems as if just about anything can happen. Based on information, it is said that in a place called Narbrook, close to the vicinity of Shortwoods Teachers College, some sorts of high-powered vehicle said it was driven by one of Bowles, Linky, his manager, possibly. Cannot validate or verify. Don't know what rate of speed he was going. However, it seems as if he was doing long jump. He was trying to break Evel Knievel's record as it pertains to clearing some sorts of gully that seems to be at least 50 to 60 feet, could be meters wide. People, me never did it. However, I want you to take a look at the beautiful bean footage, and then I'll give my piece.
Look where the car I drive from. The car I drive from all the way around. And jump the railing. And shoot across. Jump the gully. All the way over the next side. Tell me now.
This don't make no sense. Look here. I'm from way over there, sir. Straight cross. Fly and jump there, sir. Boom. And come straight. See there. Why not? You know that man tell you, I know a wall.
Now people, like me say, when you look at the distance, it's hard to estimate how long it is. I said about 50 feet, but people, it could be 50 meters. Me no know, me never did it, like me say. But you have to ask the question, what type of speed this man was going to really jump from one side of the gully and clear the next side of the gully. Unfortunately, he ended up in a somebody posh house in a Narbrook that worth a couple of millions of dollars. No sorts of cheap setting. This man should consider himself lucky, whichever side of the bed that he laid on the night before him need to go back and lay down there, even if matey dead and wife missing. Because people, this man should have been DEAD He was fortunate that that vehicle never licking at the side, the opposite side of the gully, and actually made it. Actually, he came out alive. This man should call himself lucky because him lucky than a bitch. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, do not be a bait. Don't make anybody boost you up like supplicant and make you do anything, even for a bet for monetary gain in which you might lose your life. I am speaking about a couple of videos that has been making its round or their rounds on social media, where a group of men went on some sorts of bird hunting. However, during the bird hunting, it seems as if them take a break. And they decide that they want to bet a man that swear that he is some sorts of RUM head. Him can drink and nothing can wrong with him. So they bet him to drink a quart of J. Ray and Neville Appleton Gold, I think it is, for 10 or 20,000 Jamaican. The amount is conflicting. However, he decided that he was going to do it. Don't know if he had any sorts of financial problem and him need the money, so therefore he thought it was worth him risking his life. Him drink it off, guzzle it down, fling away the buckle as if him a top drinker. Unfortunately for this man, it took a couple of seconds for that liquor to take adverse effect on his body, on his system, on his brain. There's a thing that is called alcohol poisoning. That means that the body can only tolerate a certain percentage of liquor at any amount of time. After that, then you're overdosing. After that, then you might lose your life. It seems as if, or it is obvious that that is the case as it pertains to this man, because he was taking a rush to the place of recovery. However, there was to be no sort of recovery. The moral of the story is this, people. Do not beg people for boost up themselves and put themselves or lives in harm's way just for monetary gain, just for your entertainment purposes. It is very insensitive and it is wrong, point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like this, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.